But for now, let's talk about the world, because I said it was epic, I said it was vast, and it really is. We built it based on Colorado in the United States, because it offers us so much in terms of landscapes, in terms of driving roads, in terms of vistas. And it also offers us, for the very first time in Forza, the opportunity to take the car off-road. The very first time you're going to be able to take your car away from the road and drive on dirt roads, on mud paths and farm trails. And the combination of our skill at Playground Game in making off-road racing games and Forza's best-in-class physics system means that you're getting an unrivaled off-road driving experience in Forza Horizon. So let me prove to you just how big this world is. We'll call up the map. This is the completely unlocked map. You're not going to see this when you play from the start of the game, but this is it in its completely unlocked state. And immediately you can see the size of the map. It's huge. Hundreds of miles of road for you to discover and explore. But also it's incredibly diverse in terms of the environment you can see here. That's ultimately why we chose Colorado to set this game, because it offers us deserts, there are these incredible red rocks down in the south, there's farmland, plains, and then you move obviously up into the Rocky Mountains. We started this demonstration in a town which is based on the town of Vail in Colorado, it's a ski resort town. So we have not only rural areas but urban areas in the game as well. And each of these coloured discs that you can see on the map represents an event which you can do in the game. And again, you can see the sheer number of them. There's hundreds of events for you to take part in. And they are really varied. We have circuit racing, we have point-to-point racing, we have dirt racing for the very first time, and mixed surface racing. For the first time we can race at night, and that's absolutely something you'll do in these events. And that obviously leads to street racing, because when a bunch of guys get together with powerful cars, some street racing is going to happen. That's what happens in the game. And finally we have what we call showcase events here. And you're going to experience some of them as well in your first hour of playthrough. These are really fun events that are put on for the fans rather than for serious competition, where you might not necessarily be racing against a car so much as a plane or a helicopter or a hot air balloon. And there's a kind of fun, irreverent feel to these events, and I'm not going to say any more because you're going to experience that firsthand when you go over to play hands-on. What's really important to point out, and again I think you'll see this because our consoles are networked here, every one of these events has social competition built into it. So whenever you finish one, the game's going to pop up with Rivals mode. And Rivals mode will say, hey, you're pretty good at this, but your friend here is better. Why not beat his time and win some cash? Everything you do, the game offers you the opportunity to be compared to your friends and to beat them and win bragging rights. It's exactly the same when you're driving out in the open road. If you hit a speed trap, that speed trap's going to log your speed and compare it to your friends. And we're going to engender some fun social rivalry by doing that as well. So our social competition is baked into the world. Everything you do, everywhere you go, you're getting compared to your friends. Finally, what this map doesn't show is all the stuff that we've hidden around the world for you to find. So our goal is to make sure that if you want to go and do races, there are hundreds for you to compete in. If you just want to take your car and drive, then we're going to support that as well. In fact, we're going to reward you for doing that. There are lots and lots of things that we've hidden around the world to incentivize you to go out driving, just to go out looking for things. I'll give you an example. We have a concept called barn finds. So in Colorado, there are 9 barns hidden around the world. And as you drive, if you listen to the radio, you'll hear rumours about them. I hear there's a classic car in a barn up near the dam. So you go looking around the dam, you start hunting around, you find that barn, you find the classic car, maybe a BMW M1, and you get to restore that car. You take it back to the festival, you restore it, and that's the only way you're going to get that car in the game. And so you take it online, right, and you show it to your friends, you show off how much time you spend exploring the world. So that's just an example of the kind of exploration that we just want you to enjoy in Forza Horizon. Alright, let's get back to the driving. I want to talk to you about the Horizon Festival because it's really the centre point for our game. The centre point conceptually and also the centre point in terms of functionality. Now, I need you to imagine a summer music festival like Glastonbury or Festival or Coachella combined with a massive automotive event like Gumball 2000 or Top Gear Live or any of the big auto shows that you see around the world. And to create this event, we've recruited a guy who knows more about organising festivals than probably anyone else. A guy called Rob DeBan in the UK, who organises two of the biggest summer music festivals. And he's been on board right from the start of the project. First of all, advising us on what the festival should look like, how it should be arranged. But secondly, curating this soundtrack that you can hear in the background. He's done a fantastic job. And I want to talk more about that because today we can release that full soundtrack, track by track, to you as an exclusive. So there's 66 tracks on this soundtrack. That's almost, I think, 6 hours of music, licensed music, and it's split across 3 radio stations. So regardless of your taste, if you're into electro and dance music, if you're into rock, if you're into indie music, there's going to be a radio station for you, and it's just going to keep you going and soundtrack your driving experience. And I think when you see that soundtrack, the track listing, you'll agree with me that it's done an amazing job of populating it with really cool music, cool bands. Okay, part of making this world feel immersive meant that we had to invent some technology, create some technology for Forza to achieve it, because the festival has to look good during the day, but it also has to look good at night, right? And you can imagine, you probably know how music festivals come alive at night. Ours is no different, and if Dan just cheats a little bit, and fast forwards through the day-night cycle, then you can see what an effect that has on the game. You know, suddenly the festival is lit up, but it's the beating heart of this world. What's more, your driving experience changes as well. Driving at night is more difficult than driving during the day. Your lights come on, your dash lights up, and suddenly your driving experience is that bit more intense. So in Horizon, we can generally say that the driving experience is always changing. Let me talk to you about Connect feature very quickly. I don't have it plugged in, but if I did, I could say GPS, Festival, Auto Show. And Forza's innovative green line just shoots out in front of me and guides me to the Auto Show. Now, I could have said, take me to my next event, or something similar, and Connect would intelligently have taken me there as well. So, a huge problem with open world games, it's easy to get lost. Solved in Forza Horizon. There's no need for you to get lost, unless you want to. So we're going into the festival now, and I mentioned that it's the functional part of the game as well. This is the place you're going to keep coming back to do things with your game, to progress your game. You can go to the Auto Show. You can go to Race Central, where you can enter single player and multiplayer events. You can set up a car club with your friends. You can buy DLC at our marketplace, and of course, you can paint your car at the paint shop and upgrade your car at the garage, both in terms of cosmetics and performance. We're going to nip into the Auto Show, and this is where you can browse and buy from our extensive car list of Forza Horizon. Now, I'm not going to give you a number today because we are right in the middle of announcing our car list, car by car, day by day. And we're going to keep doing that right up until the day of launch, so you can imagine how big our car list is, how varied it is. What's really great about a car list, and I think Dan mentioned this earlier, is all of these cars are chosen so that you can build a relationship with each and every one of them. It's really, really important for us for Forza. Each of these cars has something about them that's going to make you want to hold on to them, make you love them, make you invest time in them, whether it's by painting them or even buying liveries from the storefront, from the community, whether it's upgrading them and taking that car with you as you progress through the game, or just taking them out into the world and taking photographs of these cars, which will make you have that bond, which we feel is so important in a game like this. Okay, I was going to mention DLC actually. Forza has a great track record with DLC, right? They always support their games post-launch. We think that's really important. It keeps the title alive. Forza Horizon is going to be no different. Forza Horizon, we have a day one car DLC pack, which will have 6 cars in it. One of them will be free. And then every month thereafter, we're going to release another car pack. And what I can exclusively reveal today, if I can speak, is that in December of this year, we're really excited to announce we're going to be releasing an expansion pack for Forza Horizon. December 18th, an expansion pack which is going to extend what Forza Horizon means, extend the experiences and challenges and gameplay that you can find within it. So that's something we're really excited about. And we'll talk in much more detail about what that is post-launch. So finally, let me talk about multiplayer really, really quickly, and then you guys could go and experience the game for yourselves. We're excited about multiplayer. I've already mentioned Rivals mode. It's always on, it's always working, it's always allowing you to beat your friends. And we're going to extend Rivals mode every month after launch by creating new challenges for you to beat your friends. In addition to that, all of the coloured discs, all the events you saw on the map, you can take online and race competitively. And in addition to that, we have what we call playground games. Now these are fun, non-racing multiplayer modes like Cat and Mouse, like Virus Tag, which suddenly, when you take them away from the racetrack and everything that means, and put them into our open world and everything that means, they take on a whole new dimension. They make more sense than they ever have done before. So when you're hooning around a warehouse district in our main town, or you're hooning across a golf course, or through chalets in a ski resort, suddenly all of these games are just so much fun that they're the modes that we always go to when we have a little bit of downtime to play in our studios. So that's multiplayer, and in fact, that's Forza Horizon. It's coming October 26th of this year, exclusively for Xbox 360 obviously, and it's a festival of style and speed and the freedom of the open road. Thank you for listening.